Yo, what is up guys? Today we're doing a women's strawweight prediction for Mackenzie Dern and Virna Jandiroba at UFC 256, Figueiredo versus Moreno. This fight was actually supposed to be on the prelims, but just a couple of hours ago it got switched with Renato Moicano and Rafael Fiziev, and now they're on the main card. They are the third to last fight on this fight card of UFC 256. It's going to be a very, very good fight. Mackenzie Dern is currently ranked 13th at women's strawweight worldwide. And Virna Jandiroba is currently ranked 12th at women's strawweight worldwide, so they're definitely right at the same level in this women's strawweight division. Mackenzie Dern is coming in here as the minus 185 slight favorite to win this fight. Virna Jandiroba is currently sitting around plus 155 as the slight underdog to win this fight. Mackenzie Dern has a very, very good record of 9 wins, 1 loss. Her only 1 loss, I believe, coming to Amanda Ribas by unanimous decision about a year ago. And then Virna Jandiroba 16-1, absolutely amazing record. Then her only loss coming to Carla Esparza by unanimous decision about a year and a half ago. They both have pretty similar ages. They're right in their prime. Mackenzie Dern is currently 27.5 years old, and I believe Virna Jandiroba is 32.5 years old. So age definitely won't be playing a factor in this fight. Now Mackenzie Dern is 5'4" tall, a little bit taller than Virna Jandiroba, who is 5'3" tall. So a little 1 inch height advantage for Mackenzie Dern in this fight. But there's a little bit of a reach advantage for Virna Jandiroba in this one, as she has a reach of 64 inches compared to 63 inches for Mackenzie Dern in this one. As I said at the beginning of the video, Mackenzie Dern is the minus 185 slight favorite to win this one. Virna Jandiroba currently sitting around plus 155. And if you look at the Tapology predictions, out of 1,531 votes, 75% of the votes are going for Mackenzie Dern to win this fight, and literally everyone that's saying Mackenzie Dern is going to win the fight is saying she's going to win by submission. And then the other votes that are going for Mackenzie Dern, obviously by a unanimous decision. Nobody really thinks either fighter is going to get a knockout in this fight. I honestly give the chances this fight ends as a knockout less than 1%. I think it's that unlikely that we see a knockout in this one. It's definitely going to be a first or second round submission from one of these fighters, or they're going to get a unanimous decision win in this one. Now 25% of those 1,531 votes are going for Virna Jandiroba to win this one, mainly by unanimous decision. And then some people do think she's going to get the win by submission in this fight. Alright, so you guys might be wondering why so many people on these Tapology predictions do think that one of these fighters is going to get a submission in this one. They're literally giving the chances that this fight ends as a submission literally like 65%. That is absolutely insane. They're saying the chances this fight goes all the way is only around 30 to 40% chance. I think the fight goes 50-50 for a submission, or if the fight goes all the way by unanimous decision. I think this is going to be a very, very good grappling show from both fighters. They're both very, very good on the ground. Virna Jandiroba, she's an absolutely amazing grappling specialist on the ground. So is Mackenzie Dern, so this should be very, very interesting. And if you look at their records, I mean, Mackenzie Dern and Virna Jandiroba, they have absolutely amazing records, 16-1 and 9-1. They both only have 1 loss to Amanda Ribas and Carla Esparza, 2 amazing top 10 strawweights in the world. So there's no shame in losing to those 2 fighters. But Mackenzie Dern started her career back in 2013 and then got a win over Kenia Rosas by unanimous decision in Legacy FC, followed by a first-round rear naked choke omoplata over Montana De La Rosa, followed by another unanimous decision win over Catherine Roy, and a first-round rear naked choke submission over Mandy Polk. And at that point, she was 4-0 inside of Legacy FC, and then ended up joining Invicta FC, where she ended up getting a nice win there over Colleen Medeiros by third-round armbar submission with literally 15 seconds left in that third round. So if the fight had gone all the way, she still would have won 30-27 on all the judges' scorecards, but still, it was nice to see that she got the submission at the end of that fight. And after that win in Invicta FC, her first win inside the promotion, the UFC was like, alright, let's see how she does against some UFC competition, and she did amazing. She started with a decision win over Ashley Yoder and a first-round rear naked choke submission over Amanda Cooper, but in her next fight against Amanda Ribas, an absolute beast, ended up losing the fight by unanimous decision back in 2019. Came back after that loss to Amanda Ribas. She was supposed to fight Ariane Carnelsi and Hannah Cyphers, but both of those fights fell through, mainly due to COVID, and then finally she ended up fighting Hannah Cyphers, I believe in April, March, somewhere around there at the beginning of 2020. Then she got a first-round knee bar submission win over Hannah Cyphers, followed by a first-round armbar submission over Randa Marcos, and now she is looking to improve her record to 10-1 against Virna Jandiroba in this fight. Alright guys, so you guys might be thinking that Virna Jandiroba 16-1, that record looks a little bit fishy. And if she's ranked right where Mackenzie Dern is ranked in this UFC roster, why is 16-1 her record if she should be facing some really good competition, right? No, not really. She's not facing the best competition. She started her career back in 2013. Got 2 wins over 0-1, 0-2 competition. Then a second round rear naked choke submission over a 7-7 opponent. Then a first round triangle choke submission over a 0-2 opponent. Then a first round rear naked over a 2-2 opponent. A unanimous decision over a 10-8 opponent. A second round armbar over a 5-6 opponent. A nice decision win over Christine Lima, who is 3-4. And then a first round rear naked choke submission over Lisa Ellis, who is 15-11. And then a first round armbar submission win over Suwain Teixeira, who is 0-2. And that's actually when she decided to fight some better competition in 2017. At that point, she was 10-0. So those 10 wins weren't really against a very good competition in my opinion. They were all either under 500 records, or they just were really bad. And then after those 10 wins, she finally got some good competition, where she got a split decision, very close win over Erica Almeida, followed by a first round armbar submission win over Amy Montenegro in Invicta FC 26, followed by a nice win over Mizuki Inu by split decision, and a second round arm triangle choke submission over Janessa Morandin. Joined the UFC, lost her first fight in the promotion to Carla Esparza by unanimous decision, came back after that with a second round rear naked choke submission over Mallory Martin, and a first round armbar submission just this August in 2020 over Felice Herrig, and she too looks to get her 17th pro MMA win, which looks a little fishy. As I said, 10 of those wins weren't really against a very good competition, but nonetheless, she is looking to get her 17th pro MMA win here against Mackenzie Dern in this fight. Alright guys, so both of these fighters have faced some pretty good competition in their UFC, Invicta, LFA, whatever career they've had so far. Virna Jandiroba, she's only faced like 3 or 4 good fighters in Mizuki Inu, Janessa Morandin, Carla Esparza, maybe Felice Herrig. She's a little bit old, but still, I mean, only like 3 fighters that she's really faced that were pretty good fighters, one of which she ended up losing to. And then Mackenzie Dern, she's faced a lot better competition, even though she has much less fights than Virna Jandiroba. I mean, she's fought people like Montana De La Rosa, Catherine Roy, Colleen Medeiros, Ashley Yoder, Amanda Cooper, Amanda Ribas, and then Randa Marcos, Hannah Cyphers. I mean, that is not really the best win. I mean, Hannah Cyphers not the best fighter, but still, she's been fighting some very good competition in this UFC and Invicta roster. I think this fight's going to be very interesting, but who do I think is the better grappler? Mackenzie Dern. I mean, come on. She's much better on the ground. She has much better transitions than Virna Jandiroba. I think their submission skills, like actually latching onto the submission, is pretty even. But transitioning to the top of the other opponent, Mackenzie Dern much better at that. And if she could just utilize that, even if Virna Jandiroba gets on top of Mackenzie Dern, she could flip that over immediately and get a submission of her own. But do I see a submission in this one? No, I do not. I think this fight's going to go all the way. And I have Mackenzie Dern dominating the first, second, and third round to get a 30-27 unanimous decision win over Virna Jandiroba in this fight. Alright guys, if you agree with that prediction, or if you disagree with that prediction, I don't really care. Put your prediction in the comment section below. I would love to see what you guys think is going to happen in this fight. Do you think Mackenzie Dern's going to get a submission? Do you think Virna Jandiroba is going to get a submission in this one? Or do you think this fight's going to go all the way? It's going to be a domination from Virna Jandiroba or Mackenzie Dern. What do you guys think is going to happen? Put that in the comment section below. If you like this video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the videos I post every single day. I do Bellator, UFC, LFA, Contender Series, so many different fight predictions. If you have any ideas for future videos, also put that in the comment section below. Any questions, put that in the comment section below. It's been a very fun video to record, but this is it for the video. I'm out of here.